Well, like we said, today is New Year's Eve, and if you're looking to step out this holiday season, look no further than Celebration Cinema. We're here with Emily this afternoon. How are you?
I am great. I am here at the movies with my favorite food in the universe, so all is good in the world.
Well, Emily, I love that you are movie theater ready. But since you've already gotten a head start, tell us, what is it about going to the movie theater, not only during the holiday season, but specifically on New Year's Eve, that makes things so special and exciting for people?
Well, we are closing out the year, right? And one of the most significant things that happens is that we connect with the people that we love. And I think one of the best ways to do that is over stories. So movies have always been a popular destination over the holidays. Some folks just want to get out of their own living rooms, leave some of the mess to a different place. And some people are just craving the world's best popcorn at Celebration Cinema. But I would say that this may be the best year that we've had in at least 5 years, maybe ever, in terms of family-friendly film.
Well, I have to agree with you, Emily. I think a lot of us are craving the world's best popcorn. And speaking of, what are some of those family-friendly films that we can get tickets for this evening?
So it's New Year's Eve, and we have some really terrific movies that have opened up over the past couple of weeks that are hanging out in theaters. Some of the big ones have been Wicked, which is the backstory of the Witches of Oz. Folks who have seen the stage production are super familiar with this story, but I love how we get these just teenage, young, growing up glimpses of Elphaba and Galinda, and there's so many layers to this story that just make it fun for everybody. Gladiator is still in theaters, of course, directed by Ridley Scott, so that's super epic. And then Moana 2 would be the other film that opened just after Thanksgiving that is still holding out in theaters. Moana's going to journey to the far seas, and I think we all love to go somewhere tropical during the holidays and when it's snowing in Michigan. So Moana is on my list just because I want to spend a little time in sunshine. Now, opening a little bit, in more recent weeks, we have Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim. This is set 173 years prior to the Peter Jackson trilogy epic that we all have seen in the movies, in past years. He was a little bit involved with this production, but it is done in a Japanese animation style, but is truly spectacular. Craven the Hunter is the newest installation in Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's got this complex relationship with his father, and it just starts him down this path of vengeance, which leads him to become the best hunter in the world, and then unleashes some of the mission and the vision that he has to work with. That's cool. And then opening right at Christmas, we had Sonic the Hedgehog 3 with some of the best voice talent in the whole movie industry. We've got Jim Carrey. We have Keanu Reeves. He's the baddie that has to get confronted in Sonic, this version of Sonic. Shadow is the name of his character. But Sonic is going to have to get together with his friends Knuckles. And the big one is Mufasa, the Lion King. This is going to be the backstory on Mufasa, the king himself. Not an origin story. It's just like one loop further back in the circle of life, right? One spiral further back, but it's the story of when he was a cub, an orphaned cub, makes friends with Taka, who was heir to the kingdom, and kind of about their growing up and coming into their adult selves. Another completely beautiful, epic movie showing up on the big screen.
Well, Emily, that is quite the rundown of films, but I think we need a small commercial break so we can have a moment to decide which ones we want to see this evening. So when we come back, Emily is also going to break down how we can get the best deal for the family over the break as well. Stay tuned.